Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and today I have my June TBR for you. We will be going over last month's TBR and seeing how I did, and then we will jump right into the rolls and picks. And yeah, so let's go over what I read and see if I completed all the things. So the first pick I had was romance, and for that I had chose beach read, and I did read this. It was actually really good. Next I had ebook, and for this I did Fevered Star, and I did read this. I had yellow next, and for this I chose Black Sun, and I did read this. Then we had water, and for this I chose Lagoon originally, but I ended up, like I said, if I had a library book that could fit with these, I was going to go with those if I needed to, and I did do this for this one. So instead of Lagoon, I did read Where the Crawdads Sing, because on the cover there is water and it takes place around marshes and stuff. So I read that book and I absolutely loved it. I think that if you haven't read that book and it sounds interesting to you, you should definitely check it out. For the fifth pick, I got manga, and for that I had picked The Seven Deadly Sins Volume 12, and I did read this. And then for the final prompt, I had mixed media, and for this I chose Night Film by Marisha Pessel, and I am currently 69 pages into it. I'm actually going to pick up the audiobook so that I can get through it a little quicker. It's very easy to read, and it's very interesting. But it's a big book, and I would really like to see how like the mixed media is done through audiobook. So this one will definitely get finished before the 31st of this month. Right now it's the 26th, so I will definitely be finishing this. And you know what that means? That means I completed a TBR finally, and I'm so excited about it. So I will not be getting an extra roll for it, but I will say that if I do get a double, that I will add on. But yeah, I'm really excited that I finally finished a TBR, and I am just ready for this next month. So before we get into the rules, I guess I should say I am planning on doing 2 readathons. The first one is Whatever-a-thon, hosted by Maddie at Book Browsing Blog, and the next one is the Massive Readathon, and I found this on the Biblioverts channel, but I think it's hosted by someone else too. I will try to remember to leave everything linked below to these people so that you can also check out and participate if you want. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So first, I'm going to remove my placeholder, and I have to replace right here. So, oh, I guess before this I wanted to mention, I have a few things here that the colors are fading on, and I think it's from my Crayola markers. It's just the purple and pink for whatever reason. So I actually did remake some of these, but I have not laminated them yet. So we're just gonna have these here. So if you notice a difference, it's just because I'm going to replace these with the new ones, but they will go right back where they're supposed to be. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So we are going to replace the prompt that will go here. A little bag of goodies. Go with this one. Ooh, a child main character. Okay, so we are going to do rule number 1, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. So we landed on debut. So the first roll got us a debut book, and for that I decided to go with The Next Together by Lauren James. This came out in 2015, and based on everything I looked up and found, this is her debut novel. So the synopsis says, Catherine and Matthew are destined to be born again and again, century after century. Each time they're total strangers thrust together under unusual circumstances. Each time their presence changes history for the better, and each time they fall hopelessly in love, only to be tragically separated. Now, if you've been here for a hot minute, you'll know that I absolutely love that trope of like reincarnated lovers and just the falling in love but then being tragically ripped apart and then falling in love again and finding each other. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. So I decided to go for this. This is also a book on my 22 books to read before the end of 2022, so I would like to get to this one. It's only like 350 pages, and if I really enjoy this, I have the sequel to it, and I could just jump right into that, but this is counting for debut. So now we have to replace that prompt, so title starts with blank. So for this, I would just get like a random generator and find a letter maybe or something. So that was that one. Okay, prompt roll number 2. 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got map. So next we got map, and for this one, pretty explanatory, a book with a map in it. And for that, I decided to go with Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I know I have not read this book yet. I think because a lot of times with her books, you immediately want to read the next one, and her books take so long to come out sometimes when especially if she's working on like multiple series. But as you can see, this one has a map of I don't know how to pronounce that, but has a map and it works, and I don't really know too much about it. I have not had any spoilers yet, so that is really nice. But it is time. It's just time to read this, and I want this month to be a month of books that I think I'm going to really enjoy. So this is on the list. Oh, this is also a book off my 5-star predictions and one of my 22 books to read before the end of 2022. We gotta replace the prompt. Inspired by blank. So this could be inspired by a person, place, thing, anything really. Remember, these are all pretty vague. Rule number 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! So it's Pride Month, so it was only right that we landed on one of these, and that is LGBT plus author. Next we got LGBT plus author, which I'm super happy about because, as you know, this month is Pride Month. So I was happy to get one of my LGBT plus titles on here. And for this, I decided to go with This Coven Won't Break by Isabel Sterling. I believe the author is lesbian, maybe bi. I can't remember, and I'm very sorry, but I do know that she or they fall under this. And this is the second book in this duology. I read the first book last year around October, and I really enjoyed it. It was quick to get into, and it was pretty entertaining, and I just want to finish this series, and I think it'll be quick and easy. So that's another book on my TBR. Okay, pick a new one. Different Than Me. Okay, rule number 4. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this one, but that is feed scroll. So for this one, I'll probably just feed scroll through my Goodreads, and the first book that comes up that I own and haven't read, I guess I will be adding it to my TBR. So next we got feed scroll, and for this, like I said, I'm gonna do Goodreads, and I will put the video here. And I believe, as you'll see, we'll go past a couple books that I don't have, and then into some books that are part of series. And then we come to the first book in a series, and as you can see, that was Zodiac Academy. This is on my A to Z challenge list for Zodiac Academy, so I need to get to this one anyway, so perfect. And fantasy romance usually goes pretty fast for me. And yeah, so I'm happy to have this one on here. I believe it should go quickly, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I like it. Oh, one we've already had before, but that's okay. I'm not going to keep out prompts that I've already got before because I just can't be bothered. And it's just the luck of the draw, really. So multiple POVs for this one. Okay, for maybe our last roll number 5, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, so we got shuffle music, which I love how cute this looks. But for this one, essentially, I will just go to my phone and hit shuffle on my music, and the first song that comes up, I'm not going to play it because of copyright reasons, but I will show you a picture of what it was. And so I'll find a book that maybe the cover reminds me of it, or the synopsis reminds me of the feelings and vibes I get from that song, or maybe like the genre or so. But really excited to finally get one of these cool prompts. And since we didn't get any doubles, I'm really surprised actually. But I will be putting a little thing here to mark our place. And then for the last tile, we got shuffle music. And for this, as you'll see, I'll put a screen recording here. I went into my music and I hit shuffle, and this is the song that came up, and that is Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Now when I think of this, I think of like dystopian, kind of, for the most part, or like sci-fi. So if you know this song, then you'll know that it pretty much talks about like sci-fi slash dystopian-y aspects. And I know like the opening thing is like, I'm waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust, I think is what it says. But it just, some of the lyrics, I can't remember them, I wish I would have wrote them down, but if you want to go listen to this song and see like what I mean, I just, the whole time, all I could think about was this book, and it makes me think about like a new generation. And so like, I'll just show you the book. So I decided to go with Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, so a new generation. So I know that we're following Spencer, and her dad was labeled a coward, and so now she's the daughter of the coward. And so she's a new generation, and it's sci-fi and stuff going on, and just, I feel like, you know, she's trained to be, a pilot, so she has to, like, suit up, and, like, some of the lyrics are talking about, wearing, like, suits or something, whatever, but I immediately thought of this one when I was listening to this song, so I think it's time. I really enjoyed Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, but that is all I have read from him, surprisingly, so I thought I would try out with a sci-fi YA from him. I hear really good things about this series, so why not? Okay, so those were all my book picks for my TBR tiles, and as I was saying earlier, I am doing 2 readathons, so I cut out and printed this little thing, but I am doing the Whatever-a-thon, and I am going for Team Shelf Slayers, which is Becca, Cody, and Rose team, and this is hosted by Maddie from Book Browsing Blog. Anyway, I have gone through and tried to see, like, to make sure all the books on my TBR tiles TBR will fit on here for the multiple prompts, and they do. And I am also going to be trying to do the massive readathon, and like I said earlier, I will link every host down below that I can, and every like booktuber, but this one has like tons of prompts, and I don't think I'm gonna go over a book for each prompt for all of these. I would rather just do like weekly vlogs and like telling you at the end of the week or like throughout the week what works for what. Hopefully I can follow through with that. But one thing I do know is that I need to have a couple books for you guys maybe to help me pick, because one of the Shelf Slayer prompts on the board is a poll pick, and yeah, so I decided that I would grab a couple books and let you guys decide which one of them I should read that will count as a poll pick. So let me just grab a few books. Okay, so I have 3 books here that I am really wanting to read this year, before the end of the year, and I thought they would be great picks to try and read this month, because I find if I'm more interested in it, then I will read them quicker. So let's go through them. The first one is Beasts of Prey by Iona Gray. Don't know much about this. All I know is that I want to read it. I also would like to get to Iron Widow by Jiren Zhao. This is one of the host faves too, so this one would be a good one. This one is not a host fave, but I still am interested to get to it, so these two so far. And then the last one I would like you guys to pick through, which is the one I think will probably win, but I'm not sure, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is a host fave, and it has a one-word title, so there is that. So one of these three, so you can pick between Vicious, Iron Widow, or Beasts of Prey. So just leave a comment down below, and when I go to read one of these books, I will just look down below, and whatever the count is down there, I'm just gonna go with it. So that would help me out quite a bit if you guys could please vote down below in the comments. I do want to say that I still need to finish some other books also. I need to finish Mad Ship. Again, I'm only 110 pages into this chunker, but I just haven't been wanting to pick it up. I am also in the middle of Don't Kiss the Bride by Carrie Cole, I think is the author's name. It's a romance with an age gap, and just, you know, I've kind of been slowly reading through it whenever I feel the urge to pick it up. I would like to participate in some book clubs, so the book troupe, I believe, is All the Children on the Hill, I think, by Jennifer McMahon or whatever it is. So maybe I'll get to that. And then also the buzzword word is all, and I actually want to do a video for that because I have 5 books that can work for that, and I'm gonna try a chapter for all of them because I just can't decide which one. So keep your eyes out for that because that should be coming soon. And Books and Lola's Literally Dead Book Club, I would like to participate in that, and I believe it's called Hide by, is it Kirsten White? I don't know, but I believe that's the June book club book pick, and I'm really excited to get to that one. There may be other things I might try to get to, but like I said, I have a ton of ideas for things I want to read, but I didn't want to push myself to stick to too many because I kind of want to be able to mood read too, and since my TBR tiles are pretty short this month, I'm happy with them, and so yeah, it's just gonna be a fun month. We're going to make June a fun month of reading, and hopefully I can get out of this little funk and rut and slump that I've been in for making content and reading. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it down below if you do. Remember to leave a comment down below choosing between these 3 books on which one I should get to sooner, and subscribe if you want to. I'd greatly appreciate it. And until my next video, I will see you guys soon. Bye.